I was thinking about you and the writing that you're doing. And I wanted to bring this in because, see up here in the corner? Writers have a process. And this is kind of the process that we're going through for your writing. Now, if you were in second grade, maybe in Mrs. Williman's or Mrs. Overman's class, you've seen some of this, right? Okay, but it was a straight line, and it's not anymore. So look at what we're doing as third grade writers. Up here is kind of this cycle that we go through, okay? It's this collecting, how can I gather ideas? So that's in your writer's notebook. This planning, how can I think through the parts? And this drafting, how can I write my best first draft? This is what you're doing. When you finish it, when you finish a draft, then you either go back to planning a new one, or you go over to collecting some ideas. Just wait, Casey, okay? All right, and so you go through this, and we spend a lot of time here. You're going to have lots of drafts written. There's going to be many, many. When you were in second grade and first grade and kindergarten, kind of like whatever you started, you planned, you drafted, then you went ahead and made it public. It's not the case anymore. In order for you to become a really strong writer, you have to draft way more than you publish. It's true for me. I write way more than whatever goes public because I have to in order to be proficient as a writer. Okay? So our work is going to be up here for a little while. We're not making a book. You're writing a draft. Okay? And when you finish that draft, then you're going to write another draft. And eventually, see this? Choose one draft to go public. You'll make it into a book. That's one way to go public. So you'll write lots of drafts, choose one, and then you can make it into a book. It's a little different than what you've done up until now as a writer, right?
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's what I'd like you to do. Look up here. You've got collecting, how can I gather ideas, planning, how can I think through the parts, drafting, how can I write my best first draft. I'd like for you to talk with someone else about where you are, wait a minute Noah, where you are and why you're there. Why do you think you're in that part? So it's going to be up here. Okay, would you set knee to knee, eye to eye? Noah, you're going to turn towards Ari. You may have been like Casey and he said, I'm drafting because I'm in the middle of writing the story. Okay? What I want you to think about now is after you finish that, what are you going to do? Okay? Because after you finish a draft, you could go to planning or you could go to collecting. What are you doing next? So when you finish what you're doing now, where are you going next? Would you turn and tell your partner that? So when you were in second grade and first grade and kindergarten, you had a process that was working. But now what we're doing is we're just kind of changing that a little bit, making it just going to grow and change as you grow and change. Okay, so we're really kind of staying up in here, drafting, collecting, planning, that kind of thing, until we move on. Okay? So I wouldn't see people, Desi, I wouldn't see people making books today. Because that's something that we do when we go public. I would see people doing these things today. All right, go ahead and close your eyes.